Hello everyone, I am Tech Coder. I make tutorials on coding. I've been on Scratch for nearly 5 years. In this tutorial, I will be showing you how you could create a maze game in Scratch. This is episode 1 and today we will be focusing on the player movement and collisions. Name this project as maze game. Okay. Now uh, delete this default cat sprite. Create a new sprite for your maze. Name the sprite as maze. Feel free to choose any color for your maze. I'm choosing blue. Feel free to be creative. Now let's mm, to align this to the center, put its x to 0 and its y to 0 as well. I'll fix this. Great. Now we need our player. Create a new sprite and call it player. To make a perfect circle, hold up the shift key and to decrease its size while it's in the center, hold the alt key. Make sure the player is in the center. Put the player in the starting position. So when the green flag is clicked, add a forever loop. Let's concentrate on the player's movement for now. So if the right arrow is pressed, change x by 5. And if the left arrow is pressed, change the x by minus 5. So the x-axis is for the horizontal movement. By adding positive numbers to the x, it goes right, and by adding negative numbers to the x, it goes left. Duplicate these ifs, and then if up arrow is pressed, change y by 5, and if down arrow is pressed, change y by minus 5. Okay, so basically the y axis is for the vertical movement. By adding positive numbers to the y, it goes up, and by adding negative numbers to the y, it goes down. Let's test this. So as you can see, the player is able to move in all directions. Now let's focus on the collisions. As you can see, the player is able to go through these walls, which we don't want. So how do we do the collisions? So basically, depending on the direction the player is hitting the wall, goes to that opposite direction so that it comes out of the collision. Let's code that. So if right arrow is pressed and if touching maze, then change x by minus 5 so that it comes out of the collision. And if left arrow is pressed, change x by if left arrow is pressed and if touching the maze, change x by 5. And when right arrow is pressed, change y by minus 5. and when down arrow is pressed and if it's touching the maze, change Y by 5. As you can see now, we're having proper collisions. Works with the right, up, and left. Let's check with down. It works for down as well. Great. Now let's make our script more customizable. So suppose you want to change the speed of the player. You'll have to do change x by 7, minus 7, and minus 7. You'll have to do it for all of these blocks. Instead of doing that, we can create a variable. It stores the speed of our player. So create a new variable, called it speed, and put it for this sprite only because it's the player speed, and we're doing it in the player sprite. So set speed by 5. Now in the place of the 5 in the x and y's, put it there, and when you get negative numbers, multiply the speed by minus 1. Okay, let's do the same thing for the y-axis. Okay, so double check. Great. So now let's see if this works. So one more thing, let's set our player's starting position over here. So in my case it is minus 201 y 140. Okay. For simplicity I'll put it as minus 200. Okay, so it works the same. Now you can easily change the number. Suppose 10, it goes even faster, and suppose 2 goes slower. I like to stick it to 5 as it's a nice speed for me, but feel free to play around with the values. Now what I'm about to do now is very useful for the upcoming tutorials, upcoming episodes. Create a new block and call it starting position. And in place of this go to x, the starting position here, and put the go to x y in the defined block. So whenever you want the player to go to the starting position, simply just use this block. Great. Now to reduce eye strain, let's make the background as black, because the white background can be bright sometimes. Great. So that's it for this tutorial, everyone. In episode 2, I will make a portal. We will be making a portal so that the player can go to the next level, and we will also be adding lavas to make the game more challenging and fun. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the upcoming tutorials. Bye.